Hello. Hello, friends, and happy Women's History Month. I am Lauren Conaway, founder and CEO of Innovate Her KC, and we are here with the fabulous Cynthia Fails, executive producer of our social media lives, as well as our director of programs and Innovate Her Entrepreneur of the Year, founder of Launch Crate Publishing, and now leader of Decoding Joy, both a book and an experience that we're going to be talking about a little bit later, right?
Yeah, I'm excited to talk about all these things.
That's what we're here to do.
Most excited to reconnect with you because it has been more than a month since we've done an IHKC Live.
It's been way too long.
But tell them why. We've been busy. We've been busy.
We have. We've been up to a lot. I've been watching you, and it's one of those things where you're just like, how is she doing all of this? I don't understand.
Yeah.
So I've been watching you from afar. I think we texted somewhere in there, and we've seen each other a few times, but
yeah.
I have been super neglectful of IHKC social media lives. And for that, friends, I apologize from the bottom of my heart. I almost said our hearts, and I'm like, nope, this is me. But we are glad to be back with you today.
Absolutely. Nothing to apologize for also. Because each of the sessions that we missed, we were very intentional about where we were placing our time and our energy. And they were all in a way to continue to carry on the mission of IHKC. So nothing to apologize for. We just couldn't put it here, but we're bringing all the energy back.
That's right. We are out in the community enacting radical positive change.
Absolutely.
That's what it's all about. But one of the things that I think it should be all about is a little bit of quirkiness and a little bit of curiosity.
Oh, yeah.
And so I understand that we have some prepared quirky questions.
We do. We're pulling from the Decoding Joy cards that last time we met were just a concept, and now they're an actual thing. So you tell me when to stop, and I'm going to pull up. Never mind. We're going to pull out these three.
You already did it. Okay.
They fell out. So we're going to ask these three questions. The first one, what new thing would you love to try?
Ooh. What new thing? There are a lot of new things that I would love to try. I've always been super drawn to aerial arts. A-E-R-I-L.
Yeah.
I've always like where you get not the trapeze, but like the silks. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Where you twirl down
twirl around. So I've seen people do that. I am not very graceful. I can't imagine it ending well, but
I'm not graceful yet.
Awesome. So yeah.
Nice.
How about you? You try new things all the time.
Listen, when an idea hits me, I'm like, who do I know that has done that or knows people that do that? Because I really want to try it. And then I try it. I'd usually do it scared, but I do it anyway.
Honestly, what is it? Courage is not the absence of fear; it's the overcoming of it.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. That actually, I think I know some people who do that, Lauren. I might see if I can get you connected. That would be a fantastic live. As a follow-up to this conversation.
I don't know if I want my potential humiliation broadcast.
We'll practice behind the scenes first, and then we'll be like, here it is, her area debut performance. That's what we'll do. You're like, yeah, no.
And then the follow-up part 2 is, this is Lauren Conaway, founder and CEO, coming at you from a hospital bed. No. I can totally see it.
Oh my gosh. Don't speak that into existence. No.
All right. We take back that manifestation.
Yes, 100%. Okay. Second question that jumped out. What part of nature inspires curious wonder?
Oh my God. So I am a huge nature friend and buff.
Yeah.
Growing up, went camping, played with all kinds of like bugs and slimy and crawly things. And just, I love photographing wildlife.
Yeah.
That's one of my hobbies, and taking care of wildlife, as some of you may know. So there isn't really much that doesn't inspire curious wonder in me.
Hmm.
I think right now I've been fascinated, and like weirdly enough, I think the algorithm is like showing me articles about this. So I've been reading about deep sea creatures
Mm.
like washed up on shore. I keep seeing like these are some crazy looking creatures. Like they all have like full sets of teeth. They're like see through because they evolved in very deep dark water,
Yeah.
cold water, and they're so gross and so cool to look at. Like I just so right now it is deep sea creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Interesting.
yeah,
I think any body of water to me always inspires curious wonder because I always
yeah,
wonder where it's originated from
yeah.
and then what's living in it, how deep it is, when it's super still and almost like a sheet of glass or a mirror. Like
Yeah.
that really inspires a lot of curious wonder for me.
See, how people have that kind of topography or climate or environment that they're drawn to, right? Like,
Yeah.
so for instance, Aaron, my husband, he's a big forest guy. He loves
Yeah.
forests. Like, that's where his chill place is. Water is mine. I am such a water baby. It's absurd. So
Yeah.
it's not so much curious wonder with me. It is
Like
satisfied, like
Zen.
feeling love when I'm around like the ocean or a river. Like I
Hmm.
just love being around water and watching it, and I think it's beautiful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Ready
Let's
for the
go hang
last
out by some
question?
water sometime.
Yeah, I'm in.
Sounds good.
All right, final question. So we had one, oh, that's funny how that happened. The first one was about courage. The second was about gifts. The last one is a mindful moment.
Okay.
And I'm really curious what your answer is to this. Describe the
So,
last time your life felt like it was functioning in harmony.
um,
I didn't
whew.
choose the
You're
card.
just
I
you're
didn't
like
choose
you're
it.
like
I
asking
know.
me to
I'm
wing right
sorry.
in.
I
You're
didn't.
like,
We can come
well,
back to it
and you
later.
have a little bit of insight into why this is such a complex
Yeah,
question for me right now.
absolutely. Hmm.
So I mean, I will say that there are aspects of my life that always operate in
Yeah,
harmony.
yeah.
Um, my love life, pretty all right.
Mhm.
I love my home and my creatures, and so there's always like a baseline of
Yeah,
contentment there. But right now there are a lot of aspects of my life that are just going insane.
yeah,
Like nothing. No, I'm not very stable at the moment with
yeah.
several things that I'm doing, and entrepreneurship.
Right?
But so I mean, it's been a while. My dad passed a couple years ago, and I think kind of the last time that I really felt that I had a complete control and beat on everything was probably prior to his passing.
Mm,
If I want to, and that's a little concerning to say.
yeah,
Um, but it's just been a time. It's been a season and a time of flux for
yeah,
me, I guess.
yeah,
I'm not unhappy. I'm anxious.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. How about you? Like you always feel so harmonious.
Do I?
Yeah, I don't know if you're faking it till you make it, or if that's like legit who you are.
I
So
think probably 90% of the time I am pretty chill,
yeah,
pretty in sync. And that's when I am really intentional about creating space to get there, whether that's creating space in the morning and then in the evening. When I follow that routine, even when things are chaotic and busy in work or in life, like I still tend to be pretty
yeah.
um, base level chill, right?
You're the one who taught me the phrase grace and space. Like
Yeah,
give yourself that, and
yeah,
it's good to hear. Like you practice what you preach.
yeah,
Making sure that you're allowing yourself. Like I adore that about you.
When I don't practice it,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Well,
and I can
I
feel the difference too.
yeah. Well, and I mean, we talked about this the other night, but like you always have just kind of a little glow about
Yeah.
you, and I don't know how to express it any better than that. I'm like, this sounds very woo woo, but you do, and it's an internal thing, and it's and I think that it manifests externally.
Yeah.
But I mean, you know that you're one of my calming safe spaces. Like when the shit's hitting the fan, I'm like, oh, I gotta call Cynthia. So
That door
that
swings both ways.
that's lovely. Well, and what's wonderful about that is we're going to get to explore that a little bit further. That
Yeah, we
internal
are.
joy when we talk about decoding joy later.
Yes, but
We will be
first,
doing.
Lauren,
But first, are you gonna
I
say it, or are you gonna make me say it?
I want to come back to something that can potentially help to bring things more into more harmony for you.
Why, whatever do you
It's
mean,
it's so
Cynthia?
funny. It's so funny that question jumped out. You know, it's funny because I usually will go through these cards with people and I'm like, tell me when to stop. And invariably, like a couple of cards will just jump out of the deck. And I'm like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna talk about those also. But
that was it. That's what happened. Like
yeah.
you were telling me to stop, and then they're like, oh, they fell out. And I mean,
Yeah.
if that's not the universe
I'm just
saying
saying.
something, I don't know what it is. So
Yeah. So throughout the entire month of March, um, Innovate Her KC has been busy out in the community,
yes.
but also there's been an ongoing campaign. Can we talk about that campaign?
Oh, please, let's.
Yeah.
So we're running the Raise Woman Up campaign. So many of you know, Innovate Her. We serve over 6,000 women plus leaders across the Kansas City metro, and we're really, really good at showing up for the community. It is our job and our mission and our honor and privilege to connect our members with opportunity. And we do it in a lot of different ways, and we have a pretty big reach within the community, and we try to use that social capital to help propel our members forward and support them and help them expand their networks and strengthen their communities, find mentors, all of these really beautiful things that we talk about in leadership development. But Cynthia, it's not always cheap to do these
Not.
things.
It's definitely not.
Yeah, and we're running a fundraiser in Women's History Month. We were like, hey, celebrate women, and often we find that people like having a really easy way to plug in and support, and this is definitely a way that you can do that. We're going to pop the link to our fundraiser in the chat, or in the comments. Sorry, forgive me. But we'll go ahead and do that. And I just really encourage our community. If you like what we're doing, if you want to support women plus leaders across the KC Metro, if you want to be a part of this journey that we're taking to create community and do all of these amazing things with our members, I ask you from the bottom of my heart, please consider a donation. Every little bit helps. $1, $5, $20. Somebody said we actually had a $1,000 donation.
That's awesome.
And yeah, right. And I would love to give a huge, he's going to hate that I do this, but I refuse to not do this. But huge thank you to Matt DeCourcy of Full Scale, also one of the co-founders of the Startup Hustle podcast. For those of you who don't know this, I'm one of the co-hosts of the Startup Hustle podcast. It's a very large global podcast dedicated to telling entrepreneurial stories. And we get to tell innovator stories to a very large global audience. And I believe, my friend, you've been one, haven't you?
I have, yeah.
Yes, you have. You listen to in 196 countries, 250,000 downloads a month on average. And you got to tell your story to that audience. And I was privileged to be there, to be a little part of it. But so yeah, huge thank you to Matt DeCourcy. We would love to see some more donations come in, just so that we can continue to do the work that we do.
Absolutely.
And Cynthia will tell you I am super awkward at asking people for money. I was really bad at it, which is not the best. But am I forgetting anything, Cynthia?
No, I think most people are fairly awkward when it comes to fundraising for the things that they are so
Yeah.
passionate about and the things that they love to do and the things that feel like a part of who they are. Um,
And that's definitely IHKC for me.
yeah, yeah, and it's hard to choose the right words and we can overthink things, but ultimately what it comes down to is the value add for the Kansas City region and beyond, because folks are in the Kansas City area. Some innovators have since moved, but they're in other areas. But the thing is, we're not limited to just our reach in the Kansas City area. I have
Yeah.
connections around the country. You have connections around the country. I have connections around the globe. So what we are doing in IHKC in terms of strengthening our membership base is really strengthening not just the epicenter of the country, but all of those networks that our members are connected to. And in order for any organization to do that, whether they are nonprofit, for profit, whatever it is, you need capital to continue to put in the good work that's happening. I sent you a message during this hiatus. I think I checked in to see how much it costs to sponsor one of the IHKC coffees or happy hours and tell them how much it costs.
So it's $500 for a coffee, and I want to say maybe 6 or 7 for how much? What? 8 for a happy hour. And the reason that it jumps up is because alcohol, of course, tends to be more expensive.
It is
than coffee.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we have plenty of ways for folks to plug in. We would love to do a sponsored coffee with you. Our coffees and happy hours are very well received. I'm very proud. Like
They
we
are.
are super fun events. We always have pretty good attendance, and a crowd of incredible leaders.
Yeah.
And I have people who, like, before they'll express a little bit of concern or like I get nervous in networking situations, and I'm like, I understand, but give it a try. And then they come up to me later and they're like, I felt so welcomed and I felt so connected to the other incredible leaders there. And so yeah, like it's a good vibe, and we would love to help you be a part of it.
Yeah.
We have merch available on our website. That's a way that you can support. We've actually got a really cool baseball tee that I want so bad. I want it real bad. And the hoodie. I need the hoodie too. But I
So
mean,
the thing is, and here's what I don't want people to miss, right? So we say there's a happy hour that you can come to, there's a coffee that you can come to. We say come network. The value of the connections that you make in these, right? Happy hours, you exchange cards, you part ways. Maybe you follow up with people, maybe you don't. But what's happening in these innovator happy hours and coffees is that people are connecting with like-minded folks, people who are similar in spirit, people who are similar in terms of their charge and their service. And what they're doing is connecting and collaborating, which means their impact is going to be that much greater, right? Exponential impact is what's happening. Yeah.
We talk about exponential impact, and we talk about cyclical leadership, like how
Absolutely.
those early on in their career avail themselves of mentorship and championship and support, and then reach behind them once they've achieved their own version of success, whatever that looks like for them. But reach behind to lift up the next generation. Like that's something else that innovate. We have a really strong pipeline of cyclical leadership. We're connecting emerging leaders with established leaders, and helping them find ways to plug into the community at large. Like I love what we do. And I'm much less awkward talking about it, if you can't tell. I didn't even pay Cynthia to say what she just said. I didn't.
No.
We believe in this thing that we are building together, and it's a with us, not a for you or about you. It's a with you proposition for sure.
And that's why it's so impactful, honestly. Yep.
Thank you for saying that.
So go ahead and hit that link that's in there, folks. Go ahead and donate to this fundraiser. We got a lofty goal, but we have big plans.
Yeah.
For what we want to accomplish.
Help us get there. It is
Absolutely.
Women's History Month. This is a really fantastic way to show your support of the women in your life, the members of our community. We would love your help. We would love your support. for sure. And you know what
See,
else we love?
that wasn't that awkward, was it?
I mean, I still feel pretty awkward about it.
Yeah.
But you know, who am I if not the person who's going to put their awkwardness on display?
That's why we get along so well. That's why we get along
another
so well.
reason that we get along so well, though, and now you know what's coming,
Mm-mm.
is the fact that you're actually a little bit of a joy Sherpa for me.
A joy Sherpa.
A joy Sherpa is what I'm gonna put that on you for just a second, and then I'll explain it. But so friends, Cynthia and I have been friends for years, and you know she's an individual that I have always deeply admired and respected, and I just think you're the bee's knees, friend. But you've been working on something really exciting. You know, I think I even mentioned earlier, like sometimes when I'm at an event and I know Cynthia's there and I need to like chill for a minute, I'm just gonna go and stand by her. And you just like waft some calm and some of the joy that you radiate my way. You are an expert in stable joy is the word that keeps on coming to my mind, and I'm like, that's not. It's a steady, unrelenting joy. That's a better way to put it. Like when I think of you, that's what I think. And all, like, even if you don't know Cynthia, you can follow her on Instagram. She does these really beautiful dance videos. Like they're so much fun, and you have this gift for not just capturing joy for yourself and claiming it for yourself, but helping others around you. And so I want to talk to you about decoding joy. Yeah. How was that for a segue?
That's pretty good.
Pretty epic, right?
I mean, you do this. You host a podcast. You host several podcasts.
So talk to us about the Decoding Joy. I'm going to call it a movement because it's a collection that leads to a happy, joyful life.
It really is. And it's something that it's all of the books that I write just kind of come out of nowhere to me, but they don't really come out of nowhere, right? They're ideas that get funneled through me that can help other people as well.
Do you believe in muses?
Yeah, sure.
I was curious. So friends, Cynthia is a prolific author, as well as founder and CEO of Launch Great Publishing. How many books have you written now?
14. I know. The fact that I had the number right this time, like ready to go.
Yeah, I do remember once asking you, and you had to like count it. You were like, "Wait, no, that doesn't sound right." All right, so that's a lot of books, and they run the gamut. And we should definitely share a link to your author page for folks to check out more. But you've written children's books, you've written a memoir with digital interactivity, which is crazy to me. But awesome. You know, you've written romance. You know, you have written from so many different genres, and you support our authors from so many different genres. But you focused in on this one thing that you do extraordinarily well. Talk to us about what inspired you to write Decoding Joy.
So this was back in 2021, January of 2021. You know, you sit down at the beginning of the year and you map out what you plan to do. And I kept receiving this message that I needed to write a story not a story, but a book about joy, because people continually asked me where mine came from. And I had mapped it out, written the outline and all these things. And 2021 was a tough year. I thought 2020 was hard. 2021 was a really tough year. Lost 2 grandfathers that year, my husband's grandfather and then my grandfather, the one who I wrote the modern memoir for. And then there were just some other relationship changes that were happening, and things were happening in the business. Like everything that could happen was happening in all of those areas that tend to be pretty stressful for folks, right? And so writing that book kind of went on hiatus. But what was happening is that I was experiencing all of these challenges and all of these heavy things, and I found that there was still a lot of deep joy that I was experiencing. And I think I had to go through all of those things so that I could write the book that has been written. So Decoding Joy is about helping people understand what joy looks like. Generally speaking, it walks them through how to find it themselves, and really how to assess what's important for them so that when challenge comes, it's a little bit easier to overcome and to navigate through. And then they can welcome more joy in at the same time. It's all about finding the balance, really. So, Decoding Joy, the book, turned into Decoding Joy, the cards, which is something that people can pick
Which
up.
we just availed ourselves of
We
for
did. We
questions
did.
of examples of what you will find in the box.
Absolutely. And then also something that's starting this Saturday is the Joy and Pain Tour, which is a collaboration with myself and my friend Don, who wrote a book called Love with No
Donald
Place to
Carter.
Land. Absolutely. Yeah. So his book is about grief and how to navigate through challenge and change and get to a place where you can find joy. It's like the same book through two different lenses, but
Yeah.
the synergy between the content was there. And sometimes, well, sometimes for me, just about every big thing that I tackle is divinely guided. So it's like funneled through me, and this was another one of those things. So we're kicking off something really big that I don't think I could have dreamt up for myself, but here we go.
Well, and just because she won't say this, but
Absolutely
both
won't.
Cynthia and Don are both incredible speakers and two of the most insightful thoughtful people that I know. Actually, last time I met with Don for coffee, we busted out a recorder. Like I was recording on my phone because
Yeah.
so he was like knocking out so many gems, and I wanted to
Uh-huh.
make sure that I remembered them. And you're very much the same. I mean, you're both just such incredible presenters of information. You're really good at bringing people along with you and making information accessible and
Yeah.
making sure that you're having a dialogue around the learning.
Yeah.
So I imagine that it's going to be a really, really fantastic experience for any attendee.
I'm super excited about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've broken it down into three parts. The first is
Yeah.
about decoding joy. The second is about navigating change. And then the third is about generating more joy. So,
And do you find that people have difficulty accessing joy? What was kind of the root problem that led to you creating this?
mhm.
I hesitate to say curriculum because it's not really that, but again, it's like an experience.
Yeah. So the questions that I was receiving were pretty consistent, right? And it was
Yeah,
usually accompanied with somebody um, navigating through some hard life change. And when you go through something that's similar to what they go through, you have your lens and you can help them through your lens, but you're not living their life. So to see
right.
it exactly as they are experiencing it, I only feel like I can help so much, right? In
Yeah,
in a chat with somebody. But if I can sit down and share what's worked for other people and share some general things and ask you some questions so that you can start to apply it to your life, then you can start to move forward through those
yeah,
challenges and through that change in a way that creates an environment and a space for joy to thrive. So
yeah. Well, because
that's kind of the
sometimes it's
spark.
just that
Just a
fresh
tilt. Yeah.
perspective and
Yeah.
lens, and
Mhm.
you just need the little toggle to reach the breakthrough.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so talk to us about the future of Decoding Joy. So I understand you have a tour coming
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. So the tour is it's called the Joy and Pain Tour, and that starts this Saturday, April 1st in Kansas City. You can visit joyinpain.com. Joy Pain.com. I
Okay.
clearly need a nap. Um, for details
Don't we all?
and to register. And I'll drop a link in there for those of you that are watching this broadcast that is specific to IHKC so that you can get a special bonus off of your registration. So I'll drop that in here soon, but that's kicking off a nationwide tour. That still sounds crazy to me. It's the start of a nationwide
Very,
tour.
well, you're awesome. It's not
I
crazy.
know.
Right?
It's still,
It's what
it
university ends.
sounds
It is what
insane. It sounds
you are
insane.
growing up. Like, we're gonna change that narrative. Like, it's not crazy. It makes
Yeah,
absolute sense.
it does. I mean, yeah, sure. We'll go with
Yeah.
that.
Oh, you're
So,
awesome.
so that's coming. And then I have, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to get folks back in to, I say the recording studio. It's really my home office, to record some
It's a very nice
episodes
home office.
for the, thank you, for the Decoding Joy podcast, which is also coming. So we'll be tapping into other people's stories so that they can share what works for them. Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that subtle hint.
I know. It was
Over
so
here.
subtle. Coming soon, wherever you find
Right.
your podcast receivables. Lauren Conaway,
Oh
subtly
my gosh.
asking to be on Decoding Joy. Yeah.
You know you're always welcome. You know you're always
Subtlety
welcome.
is what I'm known for.
Oh my goodness. All right, let me
Well,
drop this banner while you are chatting
oh yeah,
there.
yeah. And you did. So I don't know if you noticed, but there is a question in the comments. What is the title of your interactive book? I'm working on a YA historical novel and want to make it interactive.
Ooh, can you put that question or comment on the screen there for me so I can
I
see it?
think I can. Look at that! I did it.
What? Look at that.
This
I
is why
love it.
Cynthia is the executive producer, director for our lives, because that
Oh
was
my gosh.
actually shocking that I did that easily.
That was so cool. Yay. I am super excited to hear that. Oh, a YA historical novel, and you want to make it interactive. So the title of the interactive, actually, a lot of our books are interactive. The first interactive book that we created is called So Okay, Treasured Stories of James M. Robinson Sr., who was my grandfather. So there's QR codes in there that you scan, and then you're transported to the living room couch so that you can hear him telling you these stories instead of just reading them. For Candace McField's book, As for Me and My Body, we used QR codes to take you to accompanying workouts. So you scan them and then you get this visual example of what the workout looks like so that you can do it correctly. For Don's
Okay.
book, we used QR codes to take you to the accompanying course for the book. So his book is literally half book and half fully fleshed out self-paced course, and QR codes make that interactive as well. So
Yeah.
hope that helps.
So I am actually trying to get people get your. Did you get your website over in the chat?
It's not on LinkedIn because whatever reason it's not posting comments to LinkedIn through here through
Oh,
StreamYard, but
well, that's super fun.
it's in
But at any
Facebook. But I
rate,
can add it in there.
okay, well, I went ahead and I maybe shared it again.
Okay.
Launch Great Publishing. You can learn more about not just Cynthia Fails, the publisher, Cynthia Fails, the author, but also you have a whole stable of authors that you represent, and a lot
Yeah.
of them are women, yeah. And then others are just total badasses like Don Carter, and we can't go wrong, right?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So how else can we connect with Decoding Joy?
Decoding Joy. If you're looking for the tour, go to here, joyandpain.com. Use the code IHKC when you register. That'll get you a special bonus. If you're looking for Decoding Joy, you can either go to launchcrate.com, which might be the most simplistic way, or you can visit decodingjoy.co, which is the website that's dedicated just to Decoding Joy, the book. Those are probably the two easiest ways, the three easiest ways. I just gave you 3 websites.
I know. I'm like, yeah, we're gonna have to go clean up the
Take your
comments
pick.
after and
Take
make
your
sure
pick.
that it's a lot.
It is.
Okay,
It is.
all right. Well, do you have any final thoughts that you would like to share about this journey that you've been on? I actually I have a final thought
Yeah.
for you. I
Okay.
would like to share with you how very proud we are of you. You're one of Innovator KC's leaders, and I'm going to tell you that the whole community is just very proud of what you've been able to accomplish and what you will accomplish,
Thank you.
and what you deserve.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm super excited about this. I think I'm more excited now than I have been in a very long time. You know, when the idea comes and it's super big,
Yeah.
sometimes all you can see are the details that need to happen. And now that we've charged through so many of those details and everything is really taking shape, I'm
Yeah.
really excited about what's
So
coming.
there,
Yeah,
the finish line is kind of in sight, and
definitely in sight.
that's that
Yeah.
is awesome. Well,
So
congratulations, my friend.
the there's so many cool things that are coming for people who register, not just the experience, but there's an entire vault full of digital goodies that they get,
Yeah.
just as a bonus. So I'm super excited for all that
I'm
stuff.
telling you, that's what it does a disservice to say that this is like a tour
Yeah,
and book. Like it's a dynamic, multi-pronged and faceted
yeah.
yeah, I keep thinking curriculum. Give me another word. What was the word that I said earlier? I
I don't It's just an
can't
experience.
remember.
Like, I don't know, it's an experience. It's like a transformative experience for those that come that are open to it.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
Desiree, we see you and thank you so much for watching. Yes, this is streaming over on Facebook as well. If you
absolutely.
go to the Innovate Her KC Facebook page, you should see that we're streaming live right now. So you should
Mhm.
be able to pull it up relatively easy, but it'll be at Innovate Her KC on our public Facebook page.
Yeah,
So
and
and
I'll try to
check
go
it
back
out.
over to, LinkedIn and drop the links in there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm gonna do a final round of reminders, friends. Definitely connect with Cynthia, connect with Decoding Joy, connect with Launch Crate Publishing, all of these incredible things that she does. Please take a look and find it in your heart to reach into your wallet. We would love to see some donations come through for our fundraiser, allow us to keep doing the work that we do to support leaders like Cynthia, and leaders who are unlike Cynthia. Like we've got a pretty cool group of human beings in this group, but they are all
Absolutely.
everybody's very different,
Yeah.
and I love that about us. Um, but definitely, please donate if you can. It will help us continue our work. We do have some stuff coming up, and bear with me for just a second. I got off of my reminder. Tomorrow, I do think we actually have a couple tickets left, but tomorrow, March 28th, we have Rise of the Girl. That is a panel discussion we're having with thought leaders in the education space about educating young women and preparing them for leadership. It's going to be a really empowering discussion about empowering girls. So and all proceeds go to benefit Kansas City Girls Prep Academy. You can find the information on our Facebook page, our link. I think we've got a LinkedIn page I know we have a LinkedIn page, but we have an event that's attached to it.
Yep.
You can check it out there. We also have a calendar on our website that you can subscribe to, and we suggest that you do that so you never miss another IHKC event. March 31st, we are going to be helping one of our members, Patricia McCreary, is the executive director of Margaret's Place. It is an adult, a senior daycare and wellness center.
Mhm.
They're moving to a new location, so we're doing a service day, and we're going to grab some innovators and help them move some boxes around.
Yep.
Should be a fun time and minimally, like I don't know, minimally dirty and hard. Like it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fun.
And
Uh,
that's Friday, right?
that is Friday, March
Mhm.
31st. It's at Margaret's Place. You please sign up to volunteer. We have a link on our website. And then our next monthly meetup, just for those of you who don't know, we have a monthly meetup. It is the first Tuesday of every month, and we alternate happy hours and coffees. In April 4th to be exact, we will be
Mhm.
having a coffee meetup at Dolce Bakery. And I do have to tell you, Cynthia, you're going to love this. Aaron and I totally had a who's on first kind of situation with
Uh-huh.
how I pronounce Dolce versus how I pronounce Dulce,
Uh-huh.
like Dulce de leche versus Dolce. Like it was a whole thing, and I laughed for about 20 minutes at it. But Dolce
Mhm.
Bakery is where we're having this meetup. He was like, "You need to enunciate." April 4th, 8:30 a.m. You can find the information on our website, all of the on our social channels.
Mhm.
We've got some some really interesting links. We had a conversation with Catherine Holland this month. She is responsible for the 2026 World Cup FIFA bid. So we did that with Keystone Sessions. You can find that on our social. And then Startup Hustle, we actually had the opportunity to interview Shanita Bryant, one of our members and a leader of the Prospect, founder and executive director, I believe, of the Prospect. Oh, good. Yay. Somebody's going to be at our actually, a lot of somebodies are going to be at our conference. We generally get pretty good attendance.
We'll see you there, Leslie. We'll see you there.
We'll see you there. We're excited to see you. And I think that's it. That feels like a lot.
That is a lot. But they can find most of this stuff on all of the social channels and the events on the calendar.
That's right.
So it's helpful to subscribe and follow.
And we definitely want you to plug in. If you're a member in our virtual community on Facebook, if you're coming at us from social media, we want to see you. We want to meet you and connect with you. So definitely come hang with us at some point.
Absolutely.
And then Cynthia, what else do people watching need to do? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't know.
Like, subscribe.
Oh yeah, all that fun stuff.
the thing that I remembered this time.
Drop your comments in there just so that we can connect with you. Subscribe to all the channels that you watch us on. And make sure that you share this with the first person that comes to mind as you think about the content that we've shared today. Especially share it with your networks so that they can contribute to the fundraisers so that we can continue to do the good work that we're doing out in the community.
That's right.
Yeah.
Brilliantly done.
Well, thank you.
All right, friends. Well, thanks so much for hanging with us for a little bit of time on a Monday. Hope it helps to get your week kicked off right. We are extraordinarily grateful for your support, and we can't wait to catch you out in the wild soon.
See y'all. Have a good Monday.
Bye.